I was gonna try and do a broadcast type game here today. Say hi, Chris.
What's up, everybody?
All right, and today we're doing a broadcast here with the Buccaneers and the Redskins, the 2-3 Buccaneers, going to FedEx Field in Washington D.C. to face the Washington Redskins, who are 4-1-1 on the season. Good game last time, really good game last time out for the Buccaneers. I'm sure you saw that game, at least some of it, as we were able to trounce the Jaguars 61-20, I believe, wasn't it, Chris?
61. Was it 20?
It might have been 20, but it was just an all-around whoop fest there for us. But let's go ahead and jump into this game now. And I'm always going to be the Bucs. Let's see here. I'm going to kick if I win the toss. We're just going to go ahead and wear the regular jerseys. Although the last two games we've been absolutely dominant in the creamsicles, which Chris, as you know, that team was not very dominant in the creamsicles back in the 70s, were they?
No, that was the team that had the 0-14 record, if I'm not mistaken. Back in, was it 1976? I believe it was 76.
I believe, yeah, I think it was 76 if I remember correctly, and that team was absolutely atrocious.
Well, only one more team worse. The only team that worse than those guys would be Lions. The 0-16 Lions. You know what, man? I can't even think of the year that Lions team went 0-16. I just know they were.
I believe it was 09.
They're just known as the 0-16 Lions. It doesn't matter what year.
Totally, dude. That team was terrible too. That was I believe they actually ended up losing 19 or 20 in a row or something like that. But we're not talking about 0 for teams here. We got a couple teams. Both got at least one win. So let's go ahead and jump into this ball game.
Yeah, Tampa Bay looking to make a run. Rolling to a 4-2 record in the AFC West. So let's see if Tampa Bay can turn it around.
I mean, I honestly, I think they've turned it around a little bit after the last game, putting up 62 points on or 61 points up on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Although not really much of a crowning achievement there, as putting up that kind of points on the Jaguars defense isn't the hardest thing to do. Although the Jaguars are not as much of a punching bag as they had been in the past.
You like that? You like that?
Hello, everyone.
I'm sorry, my inner Kirk Cousins came out.
We got the 4-1 Redskins. You get a look here at Pierre Garçon having a decent season, 30 receptions for 356 yards. He's been to the end zone 3 times, and then they're comparing him to Mike Evans, 33 catches for 326 yards. We get to go to FedEx Field out in the nation's capital. Beautiful stadium out there. I've actually seen it, not been in it, but I've seen it from the outside. It's a pretty nice stadium. Got pretty easy public transit to it. But you see the teams getting ready there. Good weather today for today's ball game. 64 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 6 miles an hour, and it is sunny. And then you get a look there at Kirk Cousins playing, I believe, for the injured RG3. No, they are down. That Kirk Cousins is their third-string quarterback, if I remember correctly from looking at their injury report. And then you get a look there at Jameis Winston, the rookie, having a pretty good season so far. Needs to cut down on the picks, but you got Trey Way.
Washington comes into this game there without Robert Griffin III, who's out with a foot fracture. Colt McCoy is out with a full growing. Deshaun Jackson is out with an upper arm fracture. And Corey Lichtensteiger, the center, he's out with a broken hand. He was a game-time decision. He was a game-time decision, and he's set out this week. So Washington without 4 players this week. Tampa Bay on the other end. They are without wide receiver Louis Murphy Jr., who's out with a hamstring tear.
And the Shepard takes the kick up to the 29, and Jameis Winston coming out onto the field now. Thanks for the injury report there, Chris. And Jameis, you see his stats there, 66.7% completion rate, 1,700 yards passing this year, which leads the league, 12 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. So, obviously, like I said before, it needs to cut down on the interceptions. but they're going to need to get a good start here on this drive. And they're going to come out here in the pistol formation. Doug Martin behind Jameis Winston there. 2 wide out, 3 wide out, split out left. And the snap, hands it off to Doug Martin. And he cuts it up the middle and stopped at the 27-yard line for a loss of what looks like 1.
That's going to be a big key for the Washington defense. The Tampa Bay offense, 5th in the league in total offense this season.
As they showed against the Texans.
Only 4 teams ahead of the Buccaneers. Those teams are the San Diego Chargers, the Oakland Raiders, Baltimore Ravens, and Cincinnati Bengals. So the Bucs, the best offense yardage-wise in the NFC.
Jameis in the shotgun now. Nobody behind him. 3 wideouts, split out. Winston drops back to throw, and he's going to dump it off to Doug Martin in the drag. And he's going to be stopped at the 30-yard line there. Only picks up about 2.5 yards, which leaves 3rd and 9 now for the Buccaneers. And you get a look at their starting lineup now. Mike Evans, the key player in this game for him, had a really good game out last time. I believe he had 10 catches for over 100 yards. So big part of the offense here for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers now come up. Jameis in the shotgun. Martin to his left. Trips formation on the right. Jackson split out to the left. Jameis Winston drops back to throw. As he guns it over to Mike Evans, who makes the catch. He's to the 50, 45, and he's tackled at the 45 after a big gain there for Mike Evans.
If Tampa Bay wants to win this game, they're going to really have to move the ball well against Washington's defense. Washington's 6th in the league in rushing yards allowed, only allowing 587 so far in the season.
So they're averaging less than 100 yards.
Yeah, Washington though in the 20th. Hold on, I'm trying to count this out.
Look there, head coach Lovie Smith.
22nd in the league in pass defense, so Tampa Bay's offense. Look for Jameis to have pretty much, I wouldn't say a field day, but look for him to have a pretty good ball game against this Washington defense. Will reach a passing attack, so Doug Martin, Washington going up against the Tampa Bay.
And a false start there on the Bucs.
When Washington gets the ball, it'll be key for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay dead last in the league in points allowed. They allowed 188 in the season.
Which at one point, I believe, actually was 33rd in the league, if that was even possible. Even the grass was better at stopping the other team. Jameis now in the shotgun. Doug Martin split out to the right. 4 wideouts.
What about those turf monsters?
As Jameis throws, and it's caught on the slant route by Mike Evans. Jameis 3 for 3 today now. Mike Evans has 2 of those catches, and it's now 2nd and 7 after the false start penalty as they picked up 8 on the play.
Big pick up there by Mike Evans, man. He took the hit. Able to hang on to the rock while taking the contact. Most receivers these days, man, that's a tough play to make.
They're almost like princesses.
Mike Evans is a big player, man.
Jameis again in the shotgun. Doug Martin split out to the left, and again a false start by Mankins. And he needs to keep his composure. He can't be jumping off sides for them. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. That's probably one of them. Not probably. As a former player, I play defense myself. But offensively, that has to be the most frustrating penalty. Is false start. You know the snap count. You just take your own team out of momentum. You lose 5 yards. It's got to be the worst penalty in football.
As Jameis takes it up the middle there, gains 6 yards on the play there and gets them back to where they were before the false start penalty. And now it's 3rd and 6 for the Redskins. Clock at 12 minutes left here in the first quarter. So they're doing a good job of sustaining this drive, but they're having a hard time right now with all the penalties.
I think that'll be a bit of an X factor for the Tampa Bay offense in this game. Jameis Winston, his ability to scramble. I mentioned how Washington is 6th in the league in rush defense. If Jameis can get up the field and he can give an added threat on the ground game, that'll free things up for Doug Martin and Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray, by the way, a former Oakland Raider, leads Tampa Bay in rushing touchdowns, and yet to get a look at him in this game.
As Mike Evans makes a really nice catch there from Jameis, his 3rd catch of the game. Jameis' 4th consecutive completion as he picked up about, I want to say probably about 12, 13 yards on that play. So a good drive here. Jameis not making any mistakes as of yet. making good decisions, but long time to go in this ball game as Bobby Rainey now enters the backfield for the Buccaneers, and he'll take the handoff out of the pistol, and he will be swallowed up in the backfield for a loss of 3.
Lovie Smith, he's gonna have to figure out a way to run against this Washington defense. Washington, like I mentioned, once again, here I go missing the same stats, 6th in the league in rushing defense. He's gonna have to find another way to attack that front 7 of Washington.
And without abandoning the run, which is going to be a tough thing to do.
Well, that's where Jameis's speed and his ability to run will come into play. Washington mentioned in their 22nd in pass defense. So you have to think that will be a big point of attack, a point of interest and a point of attack for Tampa.
As Jameis completes a pass to Shepard there on the drag route, and there's a flag on the play. We'll see what it is.
Could be blocking
and
the
it's a costly holding penalty by none other than Logan Mankins yet again.
Came in on the backside. Logan Mankins brought in an unnecessary hold. The play was over, and he pulled the man down.
And that's a costly penalty. He's just been shooting them in the foot. Although Jameis has done a very good job of moving the ball down the field with all those penalties, as the handoff goes to Doug Martin on the outside. Martin picks up about 4 on the play as he took the toss and took it outside for a decent run, and we finally get a look here at the Redskins defense as they are led in the secondary by D'Angelo Hall on the outside. He will be the focus on Mike Evans today, and as we both know, D'Angelo Hall is a very good cover corner. We saw that at one point. He played the Bears and picked off, was it Jay Cutler, 4 times in the same game?
D'Angelo Hall, a former Pro Bowl corner.
And Jameis goes down on the sack at the 45 as the holding penalty seems to have been the kill shot on this drive as he was sacked back at the 45. Kerrigan came in, broke off the block, and just couldn't seem to get away from him. Didn't see him coming right away, and that's going to force the Buccaneers into a punt.
Drew, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, man. That wasn't just hold by Mankins. That was a number of mistakes. Tampa Bay lost 20 yards on that drive with 2 false starts, and then the hold by Mankins. So, considering where the drive ended, they could have been in field. They could have been in field goal range. The ball ended up to 25 yards.
Yeah, I mean, and that's been the biggest problem for this offense all season has been the penalties. As you get a look, Kirk Cousins coming into the game. He's starting today in place of the injured Robert Griffin III. And this Buccaneers defense, which has been less than stellar this year, hopefully gonna do some work today for this team. As Paul moves in motion, and the run outside, and it's stopped. No gain there by Alfred Morris as Quentin Debs came up to make the tackle. And you're going to look now at the Washington Redskins offense. They were on defense for so long. And then you got Pierre Garçon, who is going to be the focal point with no what's his name? Deshaun Jackson. No Deshaun Jackson today for them. And, I mean, how does this offense look? How have they looked all season, Chris?
I'm looking for the stats right now.
As Alfred Morris runs up the middle there for a gain of 6 on the play, leaving 3rd and 3 now for the Redskins. 8 minutes left in this first period, first quarter. They're watching too much hockey lately.
Washington 13th in the league in total offense with 2,075 yards.
So they're about middle of the road.
Big part of their offense. They average 22 points a game, which is actually at the bottom of the league.
As Washington rips off a big play there to, I don't even know what his name is. Young receiver. I don't know all the players in the NFL anymore. Too many players.
Washington 19th in the league in points per game this season. They average 8. They have 100. They have 817 yards of total offense. Rushing yards.
So they're a good running ball club. So that's definitely going to be a key for the Buccaneers, is to be able to stop them. As Kirk Cousins completed his first pass of the year of the game.
Here's the first
Tampa Bay 6th in rushing. Washington
As he's sacked,
gets the sack.
George Johnson comes up with the sack there. 2nd and 17 now for the Redskins. I'm sorry, it was such a big play there. I had to interrupt you on that one.
Good blitz that time. They take the quarterback down.
That sack there too, as well as George Johnson's first sack of the season, and it was a nice one there as he came off the edge and sacked Kirk Cousins.
Good play fake there by Kirk Cousins, but George Johnson, he just read that all the way. He was straight past Alfred Morris. Didn't even think about Alfred Morris. Actually, he just went straight to Kirk Cousins. You like that? You like that?
The Redskins will take the snap from the 45.
As Daniel Insana comes in there, stops Alfred Morris right at the line of scrimmage there. Alfred Morris gains nothing on the play, and now you get a look here at the Buccaneers defense, led by Gerald McCoy, their star defensive tackle, and you get a little bit of a star-studded linebacking core there as well. Another person to watch in this ball game is going to be Altron Werner. Had a really good game last game out, looking to capitalize on that and played much better after the bye week.
The Buccaneers lined up in the nickel.
Washington now in the shotgun on 3rd and 17. Cousins drops back to throw and easily completed to Jordan Reed. And wow, where was the defense on that one?
Redskins put themselves in a terrible situation.
And that's all he had to say about that. Damn, there ain't nobody near there.
Man, Jordan Reed. I don't think there was a defender within 15 yards of him. He's either quad.
And that's what you get. That's kind of what you get there for running zone. You know, I mean,
the closest defender was Turner, and he was about 15 yards behind him.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I was seeing there. And you know, the zone kind of almost burned him on that one as he got in between, and there was nobody there to stop him. Who is that? I didn't recognize that name, but there is a flag on the play. We'll go down to the referee to see what it is. Holding on the offense, and the Buccaneers will gladly take that as Sean Laveau
Of course, going to be accepted by the defense.
was called for the holding.
Wow. Laveau. Yeah. Sean Laveau.
Sean Laveau. Okay. Got to get the name pronunciation right here. Now, it being 1st and 17.
Morris is in the back.
Cousins under center as he hands the ball off to Alfred Morris, and he's swallowed up in the backfield again.
That was Cyrus Riggs.
Gotta give the defense some credit.
Lance Briggs leading the charge on that one.
They were ready for that play and they stopped.
Ooh, good defense by the Tampa Bay front seven there. I think Lance Briggs, the first responder, Will Dips in there as well. And U.S. Johnson that brought him down to 91 right.
Just 33 yards to go.
So now it's 2nd and 18 for the Redskins, who lost a yard on that play, actually. Cousins under center again, and the safety's creeping up. Maybe thinking blitz here. No blitz, but Quentin Demps making the play in the backfield, and it seems that Alfred Morris is injured on the field there. And so we're going to break away from the action here just for a second. They're going to go ahead and look at him real quick. And as you get a message from your local stations.
Alfred Morris is down.
And we're back, and you can see there now that Alfred Morris riding the bike, so he's got to be all right. And he's A-OK, and he'll be back in the game shortly. But now 3rd and 18 for the Redskins with Kirk Cousins in the shotgun. And wow, are we going to get a false start? No, it's an encroachment as Gerald McCoy, of all people, was the one to jump off sides there. And now 3rd and 13 for the Redskins. Buccaneers again shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. You can't have that.
They're 11th in the league in penalties.
Almost near the top of the league.
That's right. That's actually good. That's good. But
as Kirk Cousins is sacked. That's the 2nd sack of the day. This time by Clinton McDonald. as he got right into the backfield there.
That's on Kirk Cousins. You got to get rid of the ball in that situation. Taking too long. He had forever to get rid of that ball. No one was open, but.
And you got to attribute that to good coverage by the Buccaneers on that play.
That's a good coverage sack by the Tampa Bay defense. Lawrence Sidbury Jr. bringing him down.
As Washington lining up to punt here now from the Buccaneer 37. And it's a punt. It's a high. It's beautiful. And it's going to go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So that's where the Buccaneers will start with the ball for the second time. Only the second time, actually, yeah, they've had the ball in this game with 3:40 left in the first quarter. So each team's had it once, and each team's taken a long time to get down the field, but yet netted no points.
Well, I got some information for him, or some advice, I should say, Jim.
Lawrence Sidbury Jr., that was his fourth. Maybe they'll score three in that third and a half. But he leads the team to sacks.
Usually leads to a mistake.
First down at the 15.
Third and a half or fourth sack this season.
As Doug Martin rips off an 11-yard run there on this good rush defense of the Redskins.
If his guard wasn't laying on the ground eating the grass, he probably would have had a big carry in that.
He might have gone all the way on that one. That was a very nice carry by him. As they line up now in the shotgun. Winston. Oh, runs right into the pass rush. Kerrigan picks up his second sack of the ball game as Jameis just seemed to have almost like a magnetism towards him.
Jameis missed a man downfield. Where would that cross? I think that was Vincent Jackson on the crossing route. Missed him completely. If you would have just put it in front of him, he would have got it. But yeah, Jameis right into the sack, running right into the sack there. That's pretty tough footing.
So now 2nd and 17 for the Buccaneers. They got 3 wideouts. And Safarian Jenkins on the edge of the line. As he just dumps it off, was looking for somebody downfield, and now it's going to leave them 3rd and long here. As he dumps it off to Doug Martin on the play.
Miss Reggie Wayne on the crossing route, wide open on the opposite side of the field. Would have definitely gotten more than what Doug Martin got on the pass that he selected. But Jameis, I think, just going through his progression, they're reading. That's a step up for a rookie quarterback. You have to learn that. I mean, this is what his 6th, 7th game of his career, but it's still a learning process.
Ooh, and not a good pass there. Should have laid it up a little bit more from Mike Evans. Mike Evans had the corner beat on the wheel route there, but to no avail. And the Buccaneers are going to have to bring out the punting team.
What's with all of you announcers always giving credit to the quarterback or the receiver, man? Give the credit to the defender who was beating on the play and made up the ground with his long arms, man. Good play by Duke Iheanacho making that knockdown. Good play.
He did make a nice recovery on the play. I will give him that.
That was a good play.
And Lanning punting this one away as he boots a big one down the field. He's going to field that from the 21, and he's spun out of bounds at about the 31 there. Nice return by Roberts on that play. And Kirk Cousins coming back out.
Actually, that was Bashad Brewer.
You know what it was? It was a good feeling out process. So they got
that made the tackle there?
Watching the defense and
knockdown.
They tried on them. So you got to take advantage of that knowledge and come out here and make some.
Cousins in the backfield.
You like that?
Cousins in the backfield as he's giving a little bit of time there, but a flag on the play there as the receiver made a really nice catch there. And what is this going to be here?
Pass interference.
They're going to call pass interference on that. Yeah. I don't know if I really agree with that play that they're going to call that pass interference on Jenkins.
Referee. Good call, referee, and that's coming from a free safety. He completely pulled, yanked, raked the arm away, man. Although the play didn't go his way, man, you still got to call that. He definitely pulled his arm. He was raking his arm so he couldn't make it to the ball. Catch still made. So I feel like if you're gonna interfere, man, you better interfere, knock the dude out, and knock the ball away from him.
Or do something, make it worth the penalty. Don't let him catch the football.
Stop Alfred Morris for a minimal game there. That is
That last
Jenkins.
running
That's
play was
the
good for
first
only a
responder there.
yard, so it's 2nd down and 9.
It's a nice play there. Kirk Cousins in the shotgun now with Alfred Morris to his right, and he hands it off to Alfred Morris again. Quentin Demps comes up, makes the play, but can't bring him down. But Lance Briggs finishes the job at the 43, leaving the Redskins 3rd and 6 now from the Buccaneer 43.
What's your nickname for Lance Briggs?
My nickname for Lance Briggs is Lance Jagbag Briggs, because if you guys remember back in the day, he had Drew Rosenhaus as his agent, and he was the biggest jagbag because he would not come and sign a damn contract with the Chicago Bears. Kirk Cousins on the run now as he completes the pass. Wow.
You like that?
I'm sure the Buccaneers didn't like that one at all, as they had Kirk Cousins on the run and they were able to just nail him after the play, but he just put that pass only where his guy could get to it and made a nice play. As you saw the defender do a flip over him at the end of the play. Jay Gruden's really got to be happy with that one.
From the red zone.
As the clock is ticking down.
Let's see how they
Andre
back up
Roberts,
the big play
second
here.
favorite target of the Washington receivers. He's second on the team in catches. Well, he had 21 coming into the game. He had 246 yards, 1 TD on the season. Number one
Big
target,
play there
Pierre Garçon.
by Levante David to end the quarter.
Center stage here in the first quarter.
And that's the end of one. We got no score here in Washington. Big plays, but nothing happening. We'll be back
Man, I thought this
after
was a
this.
football game. I feel like I'm at Dunkin' Donuts.
Papa John's. where you always get better
Donuts
ingredients, better
on the
pizza.
scoreboard. You're not you when you're hungry.
Back here, getting
Papa
ready for the second
John's.
quarter. Phil, that was a defensive tug of war the first quarter.
Definitely a defensive tug of war going on in that. But a nice play to end that quarter by Levante David, putting the Redskins at 2nd and 16 now.
Just poor play selection, poor execution.
And another nice play there by George Johnson, making his 2nd tackle of the game, and this one after a gain of 1 by Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris just having a tough day today, not able to really get anything going on the ground.
George Johnson saved a teammate because whoever the first responder was, I think that might have been McCoy. I couldn't really get a look at him. Whoever the first responder was, he hesitated and allowed himself to be blocked out of the play. But George Johnson here to clean up the mess.
And it's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Pierre Garçon.
His 4th of the season.
Nice play there by the Redskins, who finally break the scoreless tie here and put themselves up 6-0 on a nice out route there by Pierre Garçon.
Pierre Garçon with the eyes in the back of his head, knowing the hurdle into the end zone to avoid the tackle.
And then he does a little bit of a dance there, gets a little bit of his celebration on. Jay Gruden happy with that one, and now they're going to attempt the extra point here. And the extra point is up, and it is good, and so the Redskins now lead 7-0 on a 6-play, 67-yard drive there. It took 2 minutes and 37 seconds, and Kirk Cousins was 2 for 2 on that drive for 47 yards and a touchdown. That play was...
Like that!
And that drive was kept alive by a very nice play that Kirk Cousins made with his legs to escape the pressure and gun it down the field to pick up the first down on a third and long. And the Washington defense comes back out.
All right, I'm interested to see how Tampa Bay responds here. Tampa Bay, they've had this thing in most games where when their opponent scores, their offense kind of falls asleep. I'm interested to see how Jameis responds. And let's see if Lovington can build on the rushing attack he got out of Doug Martin. Martin had an 11-yard carry in that last drive.
First down at the 20. Off the right side.
A nice run there by Doug Martin. Picks up 5 yards. He's got 20 yards so far today. So
Good start for Doug Martin.
it is a good start. And and honestly, if you can pick up 5 yards a carry, and you'll waltz right down the field.
Nickel and diamond without even putting the ball in there, without the risk of an interception.
There still is always that risk of a fumble, which is always a possibility, no matter what.
That is true, but it's not as likely as maybe saying interception.
As Jameis draws somebody offsides, we'll see who it was. It was Washington on that one.
As far as turnovers go, with the way it's been going, if you're Lovie Smith or owner Drew Lightfoot, Jameis Winston, 11 interceptions thrown on the season. I think you rather take a chance with Doug Martin fumbling. He only fumbled once. The team total is only 2 between he and Murray. You rather take those 2 fumbles than the 11 interceptions from Jameis Winston.
And Doug Martin takes another run on there, right up the gut for 5 yards on the inside draw. So again, building off that rushing attack a little bit and moving the football slowly and methodically down the field. And I think that's kind of what their game plan is today, is to move the ball down the field that way. Jameis drops back to throw as he guns it over the middle to Reggie Wayne, who picks up 7 on the play now. The future Hall of Famer Reggie Wayne, if you will, getting higher and higher on that catch list. He'll never eclipse Tony Gonzalez or Jerry Rice, but he will come darn close. He will probably end up being 3rd on that list. And what about the career of Reggie Wayne? And Logan Mankins jumping off sides again.
And that'll be a false start. That'll cost him 5.
How about the career of Reggie Wayne, Chris? What do you think about that?
I think Reggie Wayne's had a very good career, man. Playing in Indianapolis with Peyton Manning. Also a former player from the youth, the University of Miami, one of my favorite college football teams when I was a teenager, some 10, 15 years ago.
Evans had it, but couldn't hold on.
And Jameis just throws it to the complete wrong place on that one. Lands him like 3rd and 8. Looks like he just chucked that ball up for grabs.
But when he does catch it, they can make the big play.
Now 3rd and 8 here for the Buccaneers, and let's see how Jameis handles this play here.
It's a 2 tight end formation.
He drops back to throw. And Jameis is going to scramble, and he's going to be sacked after for about a 1-2 yard loss on that play there. Tried to make something happen with his legs, but couldn't get anything done. Honestly, though, would you have rather seen him try to throw that ball into coverage, or would you have rather seen him try and make the play with his legs?
Well, it's a lose-lose situation, but in that case, I feel like he probably should have got rid of the ball. He had, I think that's Stocker or Safaria Jacobs on the crossing route, wide open in the middle of the field.
He thinks twice about
And the punt there for no return as Roberts calls for the fair catch, and Washington will take over at the 22. After that last drive by Washington, what are you looking to see here? Are you looking for them to put the ball in the air again with Kirk Cousins, with the ineffectiveness of Alfred Morris?
My focus is on Tampa Bay here, man. Tampa Bay's clearly stopped the running game.
Even they have to be
So
surprised by that.
I would look for them to play more coverage to watch the pass, especially after that's how Kirk Cousins and the Washington move down the field. So let's see how Tampa Bay tries to combat whatever Washington comes out with on the drive.
As you see there, the false start penalty. So definitely now Washington, you're thinking, is going to put the ball in the air, and that's going to really kind of put the pressure immediately on the pass defense of the Buccaneers, as Kirk Cousins making a change here, and he's going to hand it off to Alfred Morris. Morris, almost broke one there. Gets it up to the 27 as he picks up 10 on the play. So, but only 13 rushing yards allowed so far for the Buccaneers. So, not really a panic situation there if you give up, one okay run. You can't get all balled up about that.
Yeah, well, that's one good carry for Alfred Morris, but the thing for Tampa Bay, that builds up momentum for Washington offense that clearly through the air, they're feeling very confident. Tampa Bay has to keep the rushing attack out of this game.
As you see, Alfred Morris picks up the first down on that one with another 6-yard carry. So, but he took a good hit from Eltron Werner on that. But they need to now you're starting to see the running game come alive for the Redskins, and that's not something that the Buccaneers want to see.
The Buccaneers defense now is going to go nickel.
As what are we going to get here? We're going to get an encroachment on the Buccaneers again. And this team really showing its age and its discipline, as they are not being very disciplined, committing a lot of penalties so far. Now 1st and 5 for the Redskins. Definitely they need to stop this drive in its tracks before it gains some momentum, as Kirk Cousins is sacked by Lawrence Sidbury Jr.
Big play for the Tampa Bay defense.
Oh yes, definitely a big play for them, as the coverage downfield left Kirk Cousins out to dry there, and he had nowhere to go. And by the time he saw Lawrence Sidbury, he was done. Sidbury, a very fast defensive end, somebody that comes off the edge, and that's not somebody you want coming after you, because he will get you.
The Buccaneers lined up in the nickel.
At this weird shotgun formation now with Morris. And he gets the ball outside, and there's nobody out there as he hurdles, and he's going to walk down the sidelines down to the 36. Wow, what a run there by Alfred Morris, averaging 14 yards after contact. I don't know how they're figuring this out. I mean, that's physically impossible to have eyes in the back of your head when you're sitting there hurdling with the guy behind you. You know, it's almost like a video game. Had to throw that one in there real quick. Crack a corny joke in there. Got to do at least one a game, guys. Got to at least do one a game. And Cousins now, with Morris getting hot, dumps it off to Red on the play, as he is now 5 for 5 through the air. Cousins so far looking unstoppable, and I mean, but the Bucs are doing a good job of getting some pressure on him. That's for sure. He's been sacked 3 times in this ballgame.
The problem is the big runs right now. Watch him finding the ability to finally break off some big kills.
As the tackle there not made by Johnson, but Red still did not get the first down in the play, now leaving it 3rd and 2. I mean, what are you looking for the Redskins to do here? You think they're going to run the football, or you think they're going to try and throw it?
If I'm Washington, I'll keep pounding them, man. They're doing a good job moving the football, especially with Alfred Morris. He's been going pretty good. I see Silas Reed getting a few plays here, but I give it to Alfred Morris. Let him continue to build his momentum and confidence.
And they're going to throw it. And Kirk Cousins is sacked by George Johnson. And who else was that got in there? I didn't make.
Interesting play call right there. Considering they come out with a strong set, you would think if it's looking at the play, the blitz came from the weak side. If they hand the ball off to Alfred Morris, first down easily, because obviously the blitz is coming from the opposite side. He's going to follow his blocker and get it, but unfortunately, Washington tries to throw. They try to pass. Tampa Bay's defense steps up on this drive. Good job.
52-yard field goal attempt, and it is good. But the pass offense went nowhere on that one. But the running game, had the Buccaneers been able to stop the running game on that particular drive, they would have nothing. But now we're looking at a 2-score game, 10-0 Redskins. But you know, they may have been there, the Buccaneer defense, but they did not break. And Shepard's going to go ahead and take this one out. He's going to take it up to the 20, and he's going to be tackled right at the 21. So not a bad decision, but not a good decision either.
The Buccaneers are experiencing a little bit of a drought.
So Jameis still playing well, has not thrown an interception in 2 games.
I'd say it's a little more than a drought. This is
No, maybe 1 game. Maybe it was 1 game. It might be 2. 2 games. So, but he's looking to keep that going.
But they ball in the end zone on this drive. Tampa Bay really, although it is just the second quarter, they're really in dire straits. Need to score here.
Doug Martin rips off a big run there, breaking and rumbling, bumbling and stumbling his way to a first down for the Buccaneers.
Hey, turnabout is fair play. Washington moving the ball on the ground. It's looking like it's Tampa Bay's turn.
Our offense looks like it's coming alive a little bit here.
from the gun.
Winston now drops back to throw. Throws it to Reggie Wayne, who's going to cut it back up, and he's going to pick up about 5 on the play. Jameis now 7 for 9 for 65 yards. And we're not seeing the big plays from him like we did last week. But they are kind of inching their way down the field, and we're not seeing the touchdowns either. But last week, the touchdowns just seemed to keep coming on the ground.
Different team, man. That's Jacksonville. This is Washington. Washington, they take away the dimension of the Tampa Bay offense, force them to throw the ball more.
Winston, play action fake, guns it over the middle, and it's caught by Vincent Jackson right at the 50-yard line to the right of the logo. And a nice play, Vincent Jackson finally getting into the mix here. As it seemed to have been the Reggie Wayne and Mike Evans show.
His talent, the way offenses are designed, and the rules of the NFL.
Although, I mean, I do disagree with you with them taking away the running game, because Doug Martin does have quite a few yards rushing today. And they're going to hand it off to him again. He's going to break this one outside, and he's going to pick up about 7. Doug Martin with a nice play on that one. Got 44 yards rushing on the day now. So, I mean, they're really not taking the running game away. It's just the fact that they're not running the ball a lot.
Yeah, limiting.
2nd and 3 coming up. The Redskins.
But the problem with this offense is they don't have a lot of running plays in their offense. As the play action fake goes out to Reggie Wayne for 3 yards on the play, and he picks up a first down. So there we go. I mean, do you like that screen call there, or would you have liked to see them either run the football or throw it a little bit more down the field?
Hey, man.
The Buccaneers in the pistol. The Buccaneers have it.
Play action fake now by Jameis.
Winston's on the move.
As he guns it to Safarian Jenkins, who's going to rumble down the field for about 14 yards. Nice play there by Jameis, getting on the outside and actually
keeping that one alive. Keeping that play alive. There's no reason that play should have been going as long as it did for him to make that play.
A very nice throw. I mean, I shouldn't say it was a very nice throw. It was a nice catch there by Safarian Jenkins, who had to go behind himself to make that play. And Bobby Rainey gets to the outside, and Bobby Rainey to the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers!
Bobby Rainey with a 26-yard touchdown carry.
There we go. That is the stuff that you haven't seen against Washington yet this year. A team run the football on them, but Tampa has 3 decent running backs and guys that can get to the outside, and Bobby Rainey being one of them. Doesn't see much action at all, but when he gets in there, he does definitely make a statement, as he did there. The extra point is up and good, and now it's 10-7 as the Buccaneers take a 7-play, 79-yard drive down the field for a touchdown.
The Buccaneers getting set to kick it away.
Lanning ready to kick this ball off.
You like that?
And the Buccaneer fans are definitely liking that, and so is Lovie Smith. This ball's going to be fielded at the 4 by the Redskins, and they're going to take that up to about the 29. I'm not really sure who the returner was on that one. Crowder. I can't remember his name though. But here comes the Tampa Bay defense, who did a decent job last time. Not a great job, but they were able to limit the Redskins to a field goal and not give up the touchdown. And definitely this time need to come out and stop the run.
I look for Washington to try to build on the run this time. However, that could be dangerous territory for Tampa Bay. Maybe they're focused more on the run. Watch for Kirk Cousins still try to air him out this zone.
As he did on that drive, and he throws an incompletion and takes another hit there. I mean, the amount of hits that he's taken today could be the evident reason why they're on their third-string quarterback, Kirk Cousins, because he has taken quite a few hits today.
That's just a pass right there. Kirk Cousins. You got a wide open man. You got a wide open man on the out route.
And he's sacked again.
You have to hit it.
Gerald McCoy with his first sack of the game. And that makes 5 sacks, doesn't it? If I'm not mistaken. And I mean, like I said before, this could be very evident. This could be a very weak offensive line here for the Redskins. I mean, obviously they've been able to run the football, but I mean, they have not stopped the pass rush. And honestly, it doesn't even look like they're blitzing. It looks like they're just bringing the front four.
Yeah, most times when Tampa Bay sends an extra man, it's pretty good. That's usually what run plays. So it has been pretty much the front four.
Lawrence Sidbury Jr. with his 2nd sack of the game. Now that's 6 for the Buccaneers. And Kirk Cousins has got to be hurting eventually. I mean, he just got thrown to the ground that time by Sidbury. And
Jay Gruden cannot be happy with this, considering his team. They're on their 3rd string quarterback due to injuries. And now here you are, and Kirk Cousins is just taking a pounding, man. This is unacceptable.
It's something you don't see every day. 4th and 31 now for the Redskins. But a booming punt as Jonathan Banks is going to field this at the 25, and he's going to return it up to the 42, so get some of that monster punt back. But wow, what a punt. I mean, that punt, what, he punted it from the 8, you got it almost all the way down inside the 20. That is one heck of a punt right there. Almost Randall Cunningham-esque. Yeah, Randall Cunningham. He was the punter for the Eagles.
Punter? I thought he was a quarterback.
He was a punter quarterback.
The Redskins
He holds the record for the longest punt ever. I believe it was 90 yards. Safarian Jenkins makes a nice block there, and there goes Doug Martin down to the 35.
Ooh, what a block down the field. Man, I was aware that quarterbacks used to be the backup punter, but I was unaware of that.
He'll make it happen. A good job that time blocking by the offensive line, and an excellent run by Doug Martin.
Well, what a run that was. It seems that this run defense of Washington crumbling.
First down on the way.
After that giant run, what are you looking for the Bucs to do here?
Look for a pass. Switch it up on it.
And they're going to hand it to Bobby Rainey, who's going to break it back to the outside. He's to the 20, 15, breaks a tackle down to the 6.
Bobby Rainey he's having a better game than Doug Martin is so far.
And he broke another one there. It was real nice.
Let's see what they do on first down following that huge play.
Now he's going to change the play. Look out. I think he's going to
Jameis changing the play at the line.
He'll stand back beyond the center in the gun.
Oh, and I don't know what the heck happened on that play. It seemed that they threw the ball to Vincent Jackson, but it seemed that the corner was holding him.
Yeah, bad no call there by the Russ. Bernard probably be credited with a deflection there, but he was definitely being held as the ball was in the air. But at the same time, terrible pass by Jameis. Still had him in triple coverage.
I agree. That was a very tough pass to throw. It looked as if they were running zone on that one. So a very tough play there for Jameis as he's going to drop back to throw again. And he's going to get it up to Vincent Jackson, who's hit in the legs as he tried to catch the ball there and almost did a backflip. But you got to give credit to the defender there on that one. That was a nice hit.
Dangerous play there. Good hit by D'Angelo Hall, but a dangerous play.
That ball was almost intercepted. It actually landed on D'Angelo Hall's legs.
Right, if it wasn't for Hall's legs, it would have been taken over.
Now 3rd and goal from the 8. Jameis lined up in the shotgun. And Evans goes in motion there. Evans is going to pick up the ball, and and he didn't make it in.
Good job that time by the defense. They stopped him short.
And Evans wondered where's the face mask, although I didn't see anything that would have evidenced a face mask on that play. I was a little bit more concerned whether or not he made it into the end zone. I mean, what are you looking for them to do here? Honestly, for me, I would be thinking run.
I'll take the points here.
And we've reached the 2-minute
Go for it, but don't put it past Lovey. I wouldn't put it past him to go for it here, but I'd look for him to take the points.
He's going to get a little time to think about it as 2-minute warning here now for both benches.
Now as we return to the field, there's just 2 minutes
Should have looked by score by quarter there. Been a very evenly matched ball game here, and
no points in that first quarter.
no, it was definitely a defensive struggle, and it's turned more into an offensive struggle. And now you see the kicking unit come out on the field here for Lovey, and he's going to take the points. And he tied this ball game up 10-all with 1:57 left here in the first half. Patrick Murray now with his 12th field goal of the year. Been almost a field goal kicking machine for this ball club, and been 100% this year.
Their body language, they are disappointed in the fact that they're tied here late in the second quarter.
The super fans.
Field goal kicking machine.
He's been like a field goal kicking machine. And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Oh. Wow. Hey,
Major Wright picked it up.
Taking the points paid off.
And it really does seem that that taking the points really paid off there. I agree with you there, Chris. A big hit by I didn't see who made that big hit, but jarring the ball loose, and here comes the Buccaneer offense again. As you know, that could be a real game changer there.
Terrible job by the production team, showing everything but the hit.
I'd have to agree with you on that one.
Showing everything but the hit.
Jameis, play action fake, trying to build off his game so far. Guns it to the end zone, and it's caught, but out of bounds by Vincent Jackson. Nice throw there, or at least a nice try there by Jameis to get that ball into the end zone.
Jameis, we're noticing out of Jameis, man, too much dropping back. Like the dropping back is turning into scrambles. He's on the run almost every snap.
It seems that they're getting a good pass rush on him. The difference between him and Cousins is Cousins doesn't have the mobility. As Doug Martin runs up the middle for 5 yards on that play.
The Buccaneers, they believe in their offense.
Yeah,
They know
he's getting a
once they
good
get
pass,
inside
man.
the red zone, they can run or throw. That time they run the football, and he picks up some good solid
Minute
yards.
35 left in the first half here. 3rd and 5 now for the Buccaneers. Jameis in the shotgun. And as I've said many times, he's going to drop back to throw, and it's caught by Reggie Wayne. And Wayne is going to pick up the first down on that play. So a nice job of just taking what the defense is giving him. And Jameis having a pretty good game so far. A couple bad passes here and there that have landed on the ground, but no interceptions as of right now. So you really can't complain about his performance, now can you? Winston making a change here as he guns it out to Doug Martin, trying to fight for the touchdown there, but only picks up 2 yards on the play, as it now is 2nd and goal for the Buccaneers.
Jameis has got to be a little more patient in the pocket there, man. He had a tight end wide open there on that same side of the field. He looks over, he hits him. Reggie Wayne also open as well, and he throws it short on the little out route, little dig route.
Bobby Rainey now in the backfield here, and they're going to go ahead and pitch it to him, and he's going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers! Bobby Rainey vulturing another touchdown from Doug Martin.
And you can say vulturing, but Bobby Rainey has had some huge carries in this ball game for Tampa Bay. You like that? You like that?
I'm definitely digging that.
All psyched up and emotionally feeling great. And the defensive side, oh my gosh, they are down and have to be disappointed about how they.
But Bobby, you know, I mean, you can't blame the guy. He's just getting in there and he's getting his touches and he's putting the ball in the end zone. As the Buccaneers add the extra point there, 17-10 now.
Talking about Bobby Rainey leeching touchdowns, man. Bobby Rainey, honestly, I think he's set up three. Actually, yeah, he has. He's set up, if not actually scored, all three of Tampa Bay scores in this game.
They only have 2 touchdowns, Chris.
Takes off from
Yeah, I know, but 3, right? He set up the field goal. He set up the big play that got him down to the 6.
That is, you were actually right about that. That is very true. I thought you were talking about scoring touchdowns. He did score the first one, and he took that second one in there.
The first one was 26-yard. He scored the first one on a 26-yard carry, and then the second one he broke that big carry down to the 6. Set up the field goal. Bobby Rainey is set up. If he hasn't gotten it in there, all 3 scores for Tampa Bay.
Oh boy, and it's been a while since we've seen this Washington offense on the field.
from the gun.
And they're going to drop back with Cousins, and Cousins is going to complete the pass there for 11 yards, and they're going to call a timeout.
Going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here.
And 32 seconds left here in the first half. They've definitely tried to run the ball their fair share. But Cousins gonna hand the ball off to Alfred Morris, who's brought down by the jag bag Lance Briggs, and they call another timeout.
Lance Briggs, if you ever hear that, you hear this. That was Big Dope, not King Ruff.
I like how you're sitting there pointing out me there. I still like Lance Briggs. I just didn't like the contract disputes. And wow, what a terrible pass there by Kirk Cousins for only his second incompletion of the ball game. But nonetheless, it was an atrocious pass thrown well too far over the receiver's head. And now it is 3rd and 8 for the Redskins here. 25 seconds left in the first half as Cousins drops back to throw, and he's going to complete it to Jordan Reed, who makes a nice catch and brings it all the way down to the 24 of the Bucks. And a little bit of Olay defense there, just kind of just letting him go. Jordan Reed, just as he did on Sunday this week, having a big ball game.
I don't see how you can have Olay defense in football. It's just, but we just saw it here. We just saw it in this game. We just saw it in Olay defense.
By Jonathan Banks, nonetheless, who had a really good game the last time out, as I believe he had 2 interceptions in that game last week, or not last week, but the week before. The Buccaneers had a bye week last week. Cousins drops back to throw and completes one to Crowder, and he was knocked down at the 17, and it looks like the Redskins are going to take the 3 points here with 10 seconds left in the first half. And are they going to snap it? There we go. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. And it is now 17-13, 7 seconds left here in the first half. And I'm going to look for them here to probably squib kick it. You don't want them getting a chance to really return this kick.
Madden version.
That is correct. They actually took that out, and I have no idea why.
Probably people using it too much.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
And he's tackled just past the 20. We'll mark it at the 22-yard line.
As he brings it up to the 22. 4 seconds left here in the first half. Be sure to stay tuned for the halftime show.
It's not often you see him as
Probably brought to you by Papa John's. I don't know. But that you'll get all the first half highlights with Larry Ridley. And looks like the Buccaneers are going to be coming out here in the kneel down formation, and they're just going to take this lead into the locker room. 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the first half. We're going to go ahead and kick it out to Larry Ridley with the halftime show. And we'll be back after the halftime show with the second half.
And welcome to the EA Sports Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Redskins trail right now, but with another half to play, there's time to turn it around. The Buccaneers came in prepared for this game, and it shows in the way they've played. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd and long, quick pass completed to Garcon, and this goes 20 yards for the score. Redskins land the first punch. Bucks line up at the 26. Rainey's got fantastic blocking up front, and he'll go in for the score, cutting the deficit to 3. 2nd and 2 coming up. Rainey's going to shift out to the right side, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. Buccaneers up by a touchdown. Redskins with the ball, waiting seconds of the half. Cousins connects on a pass into coverage, and he ends up at the 24-yard line before he stopped on the play. So that's a wrap for us. We'll head back now to FedEx Field for the start of the second half.
We're back.
All right, we're back here with the second half of football, getting ready to kick off. Tampa now going to be kicking off to the Redskins. And after that first half, Chris, what are you looking to see here in the second half? A very good first half at that.
Killer instinct from Tampa Bay. If this team is really going to turn the corner this season behind Lovie Smith, I need to see that killer instinct today.
You need to see them put this game away and put it away as quick as possible.
Yeah, especially because Washington has shown that this game's not over. They're not going down. So Tampa Bay, they want to win this. They need to put this away swiftly in the second half.
And possibly with a big play here on this very first drive on defense, making a defensive stop. And they're going to hand it off outside to Alfred Morris, who takes it for about 5 yards on that carry there. So decent carry there out the gates for Alfred Morris. Tackled by Jonathan Banks.
Show the defense you're willing to get in there and slug it out and get some tough running yards.
Distant cousin of Carlton Banks.
Going to the ground game, the first play.
Just waiting to see him start doing the Tom Jones dance. As he's going to hand it off to Alfred Morris, and Quentin Demps comes right up the middle there and hits him right at the line of scrimmage and labels him in the backfield. Big play there by Quentin Demps, who came right out of his safety spot to make the play. Good instincts there by Quentin Demps to see the run, react, and make the play. Now 3rd and 5 for the Redskins. Cousins going to drop back to throw, and he's got nobody there, and it's intercepted by Jonathan Banks.
There you go, Tampa Bay.
So Tampa Bay now making that statement that Rouse was talking about and trying to take this game by the horns and make sure they seal the deal here as early as possible. But honestly, you know, looking at that pass, that was just an awful pass by Kirk Cousins. Jonathan Banks.
He looked like Kirk put a little too much on it. He put a little too much on it looking for his man.
But you can't put too much on Cousins on that. Banks did make a decent play because the receiver did get there. He just wasn't able to make up the ground.
He made it in pretty much what was the equivalent of garbage time in that play. So yeah, if you want to say that.
The Redskins go with
but Banks still had to hold on to the football there. That was the thing I guess I was trying to get at. And Doug Martin swallowed up in the backfield on that one on a 3-yard loss. So a really nice play there by the Washington defense after the interception thrown by Kirk Cousins, trying to limit the momentum that was gained by that interception. But you know, it's evident of what's happened in this game here. If the Bucs start to throw the ball and start to throw the ball well on this drive, we could see a very quick touchdown here by the Buccaneers. Jameis is going to gun it.
Last time they got a turnover, they scored a touchdown. So let's see what they can do here.
As he completed a looked like an 8-yard pass to Reggie Wayne. So conservative play there for the Bucs, but you know, you basically just trying to not to put Jameis in a situation where he's going to make turnovers. They were doing that early in the year, trying to really push him, and you saw it, the 11 picks, and that's why he's got him. And the pass completed off the Safarian Jenkins, but looks like Vincent Jackson blocked somebody in the back, as you saw that on there, and a really pointless block in the back.
Penalty by Vincent Jackson.
Definitely, which is going to take away the first down, and you're going to make it 3rd and 1 now.
Yeah, you know, Jim, the rule of thumb here is if you can read the name on the back of the
they had the first down.
Huge mental error Your team has the first down. There's no need to block the guy in the back.
3rd and 1.
Hands off to Doug Martin. Martin rushes up the middle for a first down there. So no harm, no foul with the block in the back. But yes, a very big mental error there from Vincent Jackson. Why would you go do that? I don't know. I mean, I'm not in his head. I don't know what's going through his head, but not a very smart football play.
Not at all. I'm not gonna sugarcoat my commentary, man. That was just a stupid penalty.
Jameis not liking what he's seeing at the line, and there we go. Another false start. Who's that by? Looked like Anthony Marpet, the rookie out of Hofstra.
This Tampa Bay, you can tell that this is a young Tampa Bay team. And you can tell this is a team that is trying to turn corners. Like, the mental blunders I've seen in this game have been comical.
Definitely, but you know, Doug Martin trying to be a leader on this ball club as he's running the ball well, picks up the first down and makes up for the mistake made by his rookie right guard. And I mean, yeah, definitely a young team. You know, you can tell, you know, with Jameis and Mike Evans and, you know, a lot of these guys on the right side of the line, very young team, but a very good team. And it's a fumble! And I'm not sure about that fumble. That looked to be an incomplete pass.
That should be an incompletion.
We're going to see here if the booth is going to review this. If they don't, I would be extremely surprised. It was a very nice play to knock that ball away.
The way a catch has been ruled in the NFL lately, who knows, man? That just might be a fumble.
Oh, and the booth is reviewing this one. The knee, are they looking for if the knee was down? Because the knee was definitely not down, but that catch definitely wasn't made.
That catch was not made at all.
Does he have possession of it completely at that time? If he does, then it's going to be down.
He didn't have a chance to take a step either. That should definitely be an incompletion.
They're going to let that play stand.
Wow. I don't know what a catch is in the NFL.
I don't believe what I just saw.
And I don't know what a catch is in the NFL anymore.
I'm stunned here. So they've just basically taken away the momentum, and here goes Alfred Morris. Jonathan Banks chasing him down. He got all the way down to the 50 on a 38-yard run by Alfred Morris. Wow.
That's why plays like that, changing the momentum of the game.
And it really shouldn't change the momentum of the game, you know, on a play like that. That was definitely not a catch, and that was, you know,
not a catch.
First down at the 50. They'll go ground.
And now the Buccaneers responding nicely there, but not before Alfred Morris rips off that 38-yard run. Daniel Insana getting into the backfield to make the play there. Nice play there by the Buccaneer defense. Now 2nd and 11.
And now they'll try over again on 2nd down.
We got the Redskins in their shotgun here with the shug formation as it's gunned over the middle on it. Oh, and it's a fumble! Man. Going back the other way, nobody can hold on to the ball, and that one actually, honestly, to me, that looked more like an interception.
Yeah, that's more of an interception.
Dude got labeled on the play. Who was that? Crowder got labeled on the play.
However, I'm not against them ruling that a fumble because that was definitely more on the receiver than it was
the quarterback. It was a very well placed pass. And
looking at the replay, it definitely was a fumble. It was a fumble. He had it. He carried it two steps when he caught it.
No, I was just saying that it looked the way it just flew right into his hands. A very nice play there by the Buccaneer defense, as that pass is going to go absolutely nowhere to Reggie Wayne. Basically just gets a reception out of that. And if you're in a PPR league, you'd like to see that. but not something that you want to see here in the actual game if you're a Buccaneer fan. But a very closely contested game, and they responded very well to that poor call by the referees, and were able to get the ball back. But I think their offense lost a little bit of momentum on that. Winston in the shotgun, drops back to throw, guns it to Doug Martin. Martin up the field now, picks up a first down and more, down to the 32 of the Redskins. And Doug Martin having a really good game, over 100 yards of offense today for Doug Martin. And if you're a fantasy owner that has Doug Martin, you love to see that. Although the thing you don't love to see is Bobby Rainey stealing his touchdowns. But having a very good game here. Jameis not making very many mistakes at all.
You call it leeching touchdowns, man.
And there goes Bobby Rainey again. Another 17-yard run there for Bobby Rainey, who has 70 yards rushing. And
that's why it's not stealing touchdowns for Bobby Rainey, because he's making the play. He's setting up these scores.
Oh, and he's making that one cut, and he's just going. You know,
realistic score in one of these big dope 7 games.
And finally, I mean, honestly, finally a realistic score. I mean, I've had some really unrealistic scoring games, and definitely something better here. And and there we go again. A false start. I feel like almost everybody on the offensive line has had a false start in this game, with the exception of Dotson on the left side. And probably the center, I think. But as you see Roy Halou Jr. getting into the game now, a recent trade from Oakland for a draft pick, and Doug Martin going absolutely nowhere on that play, losing 2 yards actually on the play, and not really the play you wanted to see, especially after the false start there. But nonetheless, still in field goal range here. Jameis still yet to throw a touchdown today, but now 2nd and long, so you're definitely probably going to see him throw here as he drops back to throw, and it's dumped off to Doug Martin and going nowhere. It actually lost a yard on the play. They read that screen perfectly. And I mean, Chris, I know you're not the biggest fan of screens, and I mean,
I like the screens. Screens are cool. Screens are cool. It's just the overuse.
Now looking at 3rd down.
Honestly, if I'm looking for a play to stop the pass rush, I'm looking probably more for the draw. The draw is a little bit more effective to me, anyways. And an incomplete pass there intended for Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it'll be 4th and 19, and definitely those false start penalties definitely ended up killing that drive. Although I think if Jameis would have thrown that higher, he probably could have completed that pass to Seferian-Jenkins. Just didn't get it high enough.
He's inexperienced.
The field goal attempt is up and good, and it's now 20-13 with 6:43 remaining here in the 3rd. And like I said before, he's a field goal kicking machine. He's just like the super fans like to say. Although I think Ditka would have liked him as well. Ditka. Have to throw a little bit of the super fans in there. The old Saturday Night Live skit. Chris Farley and Mike Myers, and a deep kick here now from Lanning that goes out of the end zone, and the Redskins will start from their own 20. I mean, how are you thinking that they're going to respond to that last fumble that they had? I mean, they're really going to need to come out, and I think they're going to need to throw the football.
I think Washington's in good shape. They just got to hold on to the ball.
It has been 3 consecutive turnovers, with the exception of that field goal that got thrown in there at the end of the first half.
Double tight end formation. 1st down at the 20.
And a nice play there by Lance Briggs, stuffing that play after only a yard by Alfred Morris. the relative ineffectiveness of Albert Morris, with the exception of a few big runs, I think has really been the big runs have set up scores for these guys, but they definitely need him to be more consistent. I honestly, if I were a coach, I would like to see more small plays than the big plays. If you get what I'm saying there, you know, I'd like to see more little plays than a couple big plays.
Yeah, full out rush.
Great job that time by the big D tackle.
He didn't even stand a chance there. He had the play action fake.
That wasn't even a blitz. All line.
It almost looked as if they were trying to run a screen on that play.
Shotgun formation.
Intercepted, and that one by Keith Tandy. He's going to try and score. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
For the score. Touchdown.
Well, Kirk Cousins.
Showing why he's the third string.
Kirk Cousins may have just put the dagger in his own team's chances to win this one. But Tampa Bay has to prove that they want it. They have to hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. Make sure they can keep Washington from getting any more momentum. Good play by Keith Tandy, jumping that ball. I'm a safety. I love plays like that.
I love the way that they did that. And I love the way they're talking to you, Chip.
The Buccaneers getting set for the extra point.
You like that? You like that?
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. 27-13 now after the extra point by the Buccaneers. 5:28. This game's still not over by a long shot. If you were watching a couple weeks ago, you would have seen the Buccaneers come back from 28 down against the Texans to lose on a typical play that I would have, a big play, them kicking the field goal to win the game and robbing me of my first win as we lost that game, I believe. I think it was like 48-45 or something like that. Some crazy score. But this game, if Washington can't get something done or at least hold on to the ball here, this game is at risk of becoming out of hand with a 14-point lead.
Well, unless Kirk Cousins really pull off some of those, some of that magic he pulled off in real life.
First down at the 20.
This is pretty much it for Washington. My.
And that's a gain of 10. He's now
As Alfred Morris, they picks up 10 yards on the play. 2nd and inches now for the Redskins. Alfred Morris, a little over 100 yards now today. And I'm sure the Redskins would be loving to see this in real life. You know, after last week's debacle by him, I believe he only rushed for 7 yards in that ball game. I don't know. Do you know if he left the game hurt in that game?
No, I don't.
But definitely being a lot more effective in this game, as there's a flag on the play, and Quentin Demps is going to bring Red down at the 46, and we're going to see what this flag is, and I'm going to say it's probably holding, the way that he was able to rip that run off, because he hasn't done anything all day. And it is.
Nice cut move by Silas Red.
It was a very nice move, but nonetheless, a holding penalty drags them back. 2nd and 5 now for the Redskins, who had 2nd and inches. They've got the bunch formation there on the right. Cousins going to be dropping back to throw, and completes it to Alfred Morris, who's going to almost break the tackle there as he gets up to the 36 of the Redskins for his first catch of the game. There, 11 yards on that play. He almost broke that tackle. Levante David was trying his hardest to bring him down. He finally did after Danny Winsana comes over with a little bit of help. 4 minutes now and ticking here in the third. Cousin comes out with the double tight set. And handed off to Red, and he is smothered in the backfield for a loss of 1. A really nice play there by the Buccaneer defense, showing that they want this game.
I feel like Jay Gruden and Kirk Cousins feel like they're a little gunshot now, man. Kirk makes one bad throw, well, 2 if you count the fumble interception. But yeah, they look a little gunshot to put the ball in the air now. I don't think they can can afford to play like that.
Especially not in the late here in the third quarter, down by 14. They need to be moving the ball, and they need to get themselves back in this ball game.
It's third down coming up.
Third down and 10 now for the Redskins. I'm almost feeling like they have to throw the ball here. They can't sit there and be gun shy with Kirk Cousins. And they're going to run the play action fake. And Cousins has all day. And he's got the receiver. Who is that? Jordan Reed again? That is Jordan Reed again. Been a big, big part of this Washington offense today as he makes...
You know what? As much as I've talked about Tampa Bay, that is probably the first real lapse I've seen in the coverage today. Aside from maybe the big play earlier to Roberts, where he caught the ball and set up the touchdown for Washington. Probably the first big lapse in the defense.
This guy can absolutely catch the football.
Jordan Reed now 3 catches for 100 yards.
But Kirk Cousins, he's shown his ability to find his receivers in open spots on the field. But then you can't have drops like that. Like now it's Paul.
No, you definitely can't. If you're looking to win this ball game, you really can't have that. And I mean, I don't know if he might have been hearing footsteps on that play.
He definitely had to hear the footsteps on that.
The Redskins will take the snap from the 35.
And nice play there. And there's a flag on the play.
That's a hold.
It's on somebody. I don't know who it is, but it looks like it is a hold, and it's on Austin Reeder.
The defense accepts the penalty.
And the Buccaneers accept the penalty. Now 2nd and 20 for the Redskins. And honestly, they're gonna have to pass here. There's no way in heck they can run the football here.
I don't know, man. Windy shots.
And they do throw it, and look who catches it again. Jordan Reed picks up 13 on that play. Now has 4 catches for 113 yards. And you love to see this out of this guy. He's a good player, and definitely one of the staples of this offense. That's somebody that they're really going to need to focus on stopping here in the second half if they want to win this ball game. Because so far he has torn them up. 3rd and 7 now. Cousins dropping back to throw, and that was caught, but not for a first down. 4th and inches now from the 25. I almost think that they got to go for it.
Terrible awareness by Crowder.
That was terrible awareness there. And they're going to kick the field goal, this one being a 42-yard field goal. Forbath ready for this one. He's 1 for 1 today. He puts it up, and it is good. So now 27-16.
Not at all surprised by Gruden's decision to kick, because if you think about it, his defense has defended short field the last 4 Tampa Bay possessions, and then one of Tampa Bay's scores, the offense didn't even come on the field. It was a pick 6.
It was that last score.
More faith in the Washington defense, right? The last score, but the Washington defense hasn't really been letting him down. They've been in short field almost the last 4 possessions.
It's been almost as if it's been the offense that's been letting him down.
Right.
Russell Shepard brings that back to the 26. And here comes the Tampa Bay offense again.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Tampa Bay offense on this drive. They've been a beneficiary of some pretty good birthday gifts at the hands of Washington with the fumbles and the pick 6. So I haven't seen Jameis on the field yet. I need to see Jameis do something down the field, do something with the lead in the ball.
That's just the way I am. I always sense it's about you.
And Doug Martin rips a big run. He's to the 40, the 50, the 40, the 35, the 30. Knocked out of bounds at the 28.
30 rushing yards today.
Well, there's that killer instinct I wanted to see from this Tampa Bay team. Doug Martin with a big carry down the sideline.
The offensive line was terrific, and he does
a big carry indeed, as Martin almost seemed to be alone there, breaking tackles, making plays down the field. And you know, you can't give all the credit to the little guy there. You got to give some credit to the big guys up front.
The big ugly.
And the block on the right side there by the tackle, sealing the edge. What a play. Jameis now drops back to throw. And he's going to run outside the pocket, and he's going to take off down the field, and he's going to slide down at the 14. Nice play there by Jameis. Saw nobody open, and immediately made a play with his legs.
I believe that's Chris Culliver. Chris Culliver he completely allowed Jameis to make a big carry down the mid, not even the sideline, down almost the middle of the field, as he was completely focused on Mike Evans. That Jameis got an easy 10 yards behind his back.
And that play was the end of the third quarter. And we move on to the fourth now. 15 minutes left in this game. And the Buccaneers showing that they want this one. Jameis in the shotgun. Wayne in motion. Drops back to throw. And it's up top. Safarian Jenkins, touchdown!
Well, once again, the need to see that killer instinct from this Tampa Bay offense. And they shut me up right there as Offensive Safarian Jenkins pretty much put the icing on the cake with that one.
Didn't even have the corners there didn't even have a chance. And Jay Gruden just beside himself after the touchdown catch there by Safarian Jenkins, and that may all but do it.
James actually threw a bad pass there. However, corners no reaction at all.
Redskins now have even more work to do to get back into
kind of surprising almost. Jameis only threw one pass on that, and that was for the touchdown.
Ready to return the kick.
Hey man, if Doug Martin can break a big one for you like that, you only have to throw one.
Doug Martin got a touchdown vultured there from him by Jameis.
Doug Martin, man, he's been getting them vultured from him all day, but I mean, is it really getting vultured if Bobby Ray breaks big carries when he gets the ball? It's not.
Well, but that particular one, he did get it vultured from him.
That one. Yeah.
And I'm looking to see a lot of passes now from the Washington Redskins. And Jordan Reed continuing to be a pain in the butt of the Buccaneers as he catches another big pass there. And, you know, honestly, if I'm Jay Gruden, I'm riding this guy to the end.
Tampa Bay's defense showing their inexperience. You can tell that they got the guard down a little bit in that secondary. There's no reason Jordan Reed should have a big play like that. After you just went up 18, you should be looking to put the foot on the throat of this Washington offense.
And in true Madden fashion, this game's starting to become almost unrealistic with the amount of points being scored. And a terrible pass there by Kirk Cousins. Almost seemed as if it was the pass rush causing him to rush his pass there. 2nd and 10 now for the Redskins.
That was a bad throw anyway. He was in the middle of the field. That was a traffic jam. He tried to fit a slant route in there.
I mean, I don't know why he would have even thought that was a good idea. Looked like the Buccaneers brought a blitz on that one too, as they bring a blitz again, and Alfred Morris goes absolutely nowhere on that play, loses a yard. Clinton McDonald with the tackle, and a nice tackle it was by the big fella. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Barry Cofield. Third down and 11 now for the Redskins. Cousins in the pistol. And Jonathan Banks punches it out and almost intercepted by Mike Jenkins. A nice play there by Jonathan Banks on Pierre Garçon. And that's going to bring up 4th down now for the Redskins.
Make the football be incomplete.
A nice play there by the corner there. You know, you can't put that one on Cousins, and you can't put that one on the receiver either. You just kind of got to roll with it. And they're going to go for it on 4th down. Jay Gruden now just not putting his faith in his defense as they gave up the big run and gave up the touchdown in the last drive. So now he's going to let Cousins do the work. And Cousins drops back to throw. And he's got all day back there, and he throws into double coverage. And It's an incomplete pass. As for some reason he attempted to go deep to Crowder. And why do you go deep on that play? That doesn't, it just seems like overkill.
No one open. The closest thing, his safety valve was a in route coming across the middle, completely taken away from him there.
So that was just good coverage by the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And that may all but do it here. And you know, looking at this Buccaneer offense, they've been trying to run the football, but the Redskins just can't stop them. So how are you supposed to run the football and run out the clock if the other team can't stop you?
Complete 180 from the narrative that I had on the first possession of the game, which was that Washington's run defense is going to be they were going to be the favorites here. Tampa Bay's rushing attack has pretty much bullied Washington's rushing defense this entire game.
So has and you know, but the thing is that you did see the youth of this team all game. The Buccaneers, as they made countless errors and countless penalties, but man, Doug Martin just made this defense look silly.
I think really the MVP of this game, the player of this game right now is Bobby Rainey, because Doug Martin, he was struggling to get it going. Bobby Rainey broke a couple of big carries that pretty much got the momentum and the confidence up of the Tampa Bay offensive line, and I think that may have set the tone and set the pace for Doug Martin to come in and pretty much get his game going as well.
There's the first bad run that you've seen all day from Bobby Rainey. He only picked up 1 yard.
The defensive line standing in there and fighting, and they hold the running back to a short gain.
So now 2nd and 9 for the Buccaneers. Bobby Rainey stayed in bounds to keep that clock ticking.
The football sits at the 40.
11:50 remaining in this game. Bobby Rainey still in the ball game, and you're probably going to see the Redskins run it from here on out. And Bobby Rainey again with another bad run.
Look up at that scoreboard. You're leading the football game, so we have a 3rd and long situation. So you've got to know that. Manage the game.
What stream?
Don't take a chance.
Mine, when I'm watching the movie. This went for me.
Now 3rd and 11 for the Buccaneers. I mean, I'm feeling like they're going to probably pass here, try and pick up this first down. It's going to be a very conservative pass as Jameis is going to roll out and gun one over the middle to Reggie Wayne for a first down to the 23 of the Redskins. And Jameis just playing another flawless game today as he completes another pass there. He's got 160 yards passing, so not a lot of passing yards, but really can't blame him. Can't blame them for running the football here. They've just been so successful with it, as Doug Martin rushes the ball up off the right side there for 4 yards. Now 2nd and 6 for the Buccaneers, and just kind of trying to run out the clock here now on the Redskins and walk away out of here with the W.
If you guys turn this game off now, we won't be mad at you.
It's pretty much in the bag.
The Redskins defense brings in an extra.
I know, as an announcer, I'm not supposed to say that, but I'm pretty sure this game's in the bag. Doug Martin, player on the outside, picks up an extra couple of yards as he runs over Emerson on the play to get down to the 10-yard line on the pass.
Tampa Bay will go to Atlanta next week in the battle of NFC South teams.
And keep them from scoring a touchdown.
Washington will be off next week.
And wait, what's Atlanta looking like this year?
The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion.
Atlanta currently 2-4 in the season. Taking on the Tennessee Titans this week.
Now slash into the right side looking for room.
They hold on to be 3-3.
So a pretty decent matchup there next week in Atlanta.
Bobby Rainey down to the 4. Tampa Bay looking like they're gonna add 40
to take the snap at the 4.
Bobby Rainey again in for position for his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Second and goal from the 4.
And he's not going to do it. He runs into the back of his own guy. And it's now 3rd and goal. Bobby Rainey didn't pick up anything on that carry. Looks like he was trying to. Looks like he's trying to share it with Doug Martin. He's like, "Yo, Doug, man, you having a good game, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a touchdown."
About to snap it for the 9th play of the drive. The defense is ready to plug up the middle here on the goal line. 3rd and goal at the 4. Jackson makes
Another terrible throw by Jamison, but Vincent Jackson catches it for the touchdown. And it is now 40-16, and Jay Gruden is like, man, this was a game at one point.
Left in this game. That touchdown may have sealed the deal.
Well,
It's it. The
fade to
party
black.
is officially over. And what a
Tampa Bay has
job the
this
offense
one wrapped
just
up.
put an exclamation point on that game. They've been terrific all day long.
And as you probably just heard Phil say, you put an exclamation point on that game, and boom, this ball game is over. They took their sweet time getting down the field, milked 5:27 off the clock, and they're going to be giving it back to Washington. The only way I see Washington coming back in this ball game is if they continue to throw the ball to Jordan Reed.
The Buccaneers are ready.
Not
to
even
kick it
that,
away.
man. Tampa Bay would have to almost not be on the field. That's bad.
Here's a 25-point lead for the Buccaneers. And Crowder, man, he has taken some hits today. This time he takes a hit from Leonard Johnson, and he took that other hit earlier where he just got blown up and the ball flew right into Eltron Werner's arms, his waiting arms.
Oh, what a job. Everybody on defense to stop that 4th down play.
Washington
Everybody
just-
did their job. The
Washington
D-line,
just
the
took a.
linebackers,
They had a
the
bad
coverage up tight.
break
Nowhere
this
for the
week.
offense
They had a
to go.
great
I
start.
think they'll
though. I
be
thought
playing
Washington
inspired right now, Phil.
were the aggressive team early on. Remember,
Redskins
you have to
from the
remember if
32.
you're just now joining us, there was no score after the first quarter. So a lot, everything's been at a it's pretty much been a 3-quarter ball game.
It has been. And if you joined us just now too, Jordan Reed has been having one heck of a ball game. Really one of the lone bright spots in this game for the Redskins. I mean, I guess you can consider Alfred Morris one, with the exception of a couple big runs, though, not doing much this game. And as Kirk Cousins overthrows Alfred Morris on that play, and you know, it just kind of this game in a nutshell. Cousins is just being very ineffective after the towards the end of the first half and on. Started off really good, you know, completed his first 6 passes, but as of late, not really doing much. And that has really been the key to this game, as he's going to hit, almost hits his receiver there for a huge play. But yes, ball control has definitely been his problem. Has thrown a couple interceptions, one bad luck fumble by Jamison Crowder, and this game has really been turned on its ear.
Interception earlier in the first quarter. I mean, excuse me. It was the first.
No, it was.
He overthrew Pierre Garcon. The interception to Keith Tandy that turned into pretty much being the icing on the cake, 27-13, a pick 6. Then we got the fumble and the kickoff return, the fumble by Crowder right in the arms of Werner. It just hasn't been there for Washington.
So 4 turnovers in this game, although the Buccaneers had a turnover as well, a fumble, but that was followed up by the Eltron Werner fumble recovery later on in the next drive. And there's been 3?
Should have been 3.
Oh yeah, that last one there should have been an interception as well. But the Redskins giving the ball up again and putting their defense in a place here, in a place they don't want to be. First down and 10 from their own 35. And The Redskins coming back out here. Getting blown up again. Doug Martin dragging defenders. Looking like the Doug Martin that they drafted him to be. Now 258 yards rushing today for the Redskins. And I mean, you really are starting to see a trend with this Redskins team, or with this Buccaneer team. They can really run the football. And Jameis comes out under center, and he's going to hand it off to Doug Martin again. Martin picking up a couple yards on that play. Not much going, but he's got 19 rushes today, 165 yards. So he's just been tearing it up. 652 yards on the season, and you know, he's averaging over 100 yards a game. This guy almost seems unstoppable.
That last running play was good for only a yard.
At least for the past couple weeks, he's had almost 200 yards. He's had over 300 yards rushing in the past 2 games. So definitely really turning his season around now. Bobby Rainey takes this one up the middle between the tackles for 5 yards. He gives him 81 yards on the game here. And you see this rushing offense over 1,000 yards thus far on the season. Trying for the second straight game too to have 200-yard rushers. Last time out against the Jaguars, you had Doug Martin who rushed for 100 yards. You had Latavius Murray rush for 100 yards, and Bobby Rainey bouncing off people.
Looking for some open space.
Where has he been at?
I honestly don't know. He may be banged up, or they may be sitting him. I have no idea where Latavius Murray is, because generally Latavius is the backup and Bobby Rainey is the third string. But Bobby getting a little bit of action today, and it's going to be fourth down.
More action looking at this game. The way he's playing.
He may be signing a contract next year somewhere else. Field goal is up and it's good, and the field goal kicking machine. Kicks it right through.
This game was already out of reach, but they went ahead and added the field goal.
We'll just go ahead and tack on some more points here. Said the Buccaneers, and that's Patrick Murray's 14th field goal of the season. Puts the Buccaneers up 44-16, and a game that was very close.
He's got a chance to return this one.
It was a close game at one point, not anymore. Do you remember, middle of the third quarter, it was 17-13. And it all just fell apart.
There was no score. There was no score at all.
In the first quarter. But the Buccaneers have just taken this game over. 5:11 left, and it just seems to be garbage time here in Washington. The Redskins embarrassed today by the Buccaneers.
If there was a beat writer covering this coach, what do you think the headline would be tomorrow in his story?
It'd probably be the first time I've ever agreed with the beat writer.
Shane Moore with the tackle there. And Phil is talking about the only thing you could say about that play is it was better than an interception and incompletion. I mean, I guess it was. Only picked up 2 yards though on the play.
So now it's 2nd down and 8 following the completion.
Kirk Cousins in the shotgun now, and he gets the pass off, and it's caught by who else but Jordan Reed. I mean, they're going to definitely need to hit him down the field for bigger passes than that. But Jordan Reed has definitely been a thorn in the side today for the Buccaneers, and a blemish on this game for them. And an otherwise very good, well-played game by the Buccaneers. Wouldn't you agree, Chris?
Yeah, 7 catches, 157. Yeah, definitely a good game. Only one guy can only do so much. Washington has seen the end zone only one time. 3 field goals will score.
And it's intercepted on that play. Quentin Demps returns that one all the way back to the 40. And yeah, I mean, honestly, this game is over. It is definitely over. He threw it right to Quentin Dempsey.
Get out of here, really?
But here's one last interception.
Yeah, really. I think it's over now.
You like that? You like that?
That he knows better times.
Oh, I love it.
And I would not even watch the.
I mean, it almost looked as if he was trying to throw it to Quentin Dempsey.
Points on the board on the previous possession, although
actually,
just the field goal.
his last 2 interceptions
right here.
looked like they were right to the defender. Like the one to Tandy. It looked like Tandy was being tender receiver when he picked it off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tandy, I know. I remember when I called it, I said Tandy jumped it, but really he didn't really have to jump too hard. It was right in his arms.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much threw it right to him. He was like just leading him there. Another broken tackle, and there goes Doug Martin. Finally gets his touchdown.
Look at Doug Martin leeching touchdown.
He's leeching touchdowns now off of Bobby Rainey.
Anytime you see a long run for a touchdown.
Sarcasm, everybody, sarcasm.
He finally got his touchdown, and what an exclamation mark to put on this ball game. It just goes to show that, man, you know, this Washington defense did not stand a chance against the running attack of the Buccaneers today. Over 300 yards allowed on the ground by the Redskins, and 51 points. Ouch. I mean, you have to remember, this is Drew Leifel run Buccaneers.
Steps up and fields it at the
I understand that, but even still,
the 6th time the
Tampa Bay, man, this is just a complete opposite of what I thought I was going to see. Man, I thought we were going to see pretty much Tampa Bay airing it out to beat Washington. Meanwhile, Washington's been trying to air it out to beat Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's been ground and pounding Washington the entire game.
Yeah, they're over 300 yards rushing in this game, 308 to be exact.
From the shotgun. A nice grab. No doubt he was going to hold on.
Jamison Crowder with the catch there at the 29 in this very much over game. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, this game honestly isn't even that fun to announce anymore.
Right, I'm saying try not to fall asleep. Watching this game, man.
51-16. At one point, this game was 0-0 at the end of one, and you would never know it at this point.
It's been fun announcing this. Really good job. Pretty fun work in this game. Just not a lot of excitement on the field.
It was definitely a lot more exciting at the end of the first half. I will have to admit that. But you know, it's been a fun game to broadcast. At least on one side of the ball. High snap there. Cousins corrals it and hands it off to Alfred Morris, who picks up 5 on the play.
It's really been fun announcing the Washington offensive side of the ball, because seeing how Cousins turns it over has been pretty entertaining. Tampa Bay's offense been a little bit boring, just running with, you know they're going to score.
To say the least, Washington's defense has been very porous today. Allowing a lot, and I mean, you just see it poured on there in the second half. Only 3 points in the second half for the Redskins, and what was that, 31 for the Bucks. So definitely, and almost another interception there by Jonathan Banks, as it's now 3rd and 5. Should have had his second pick of the game. Was thrown right to him, but he just couldn't corral it. He had those defensive back hands.
The pass play fails to work, and now it's 3rd down.
Definitely those defensive back hands.
That seemed like a mercy drop. We're up big enough.
Look at that. Jordan Reed still going hard here. But this game's over. 330 yards passing, though, for Kirk Cousins. Most of it pretty much garbage time.
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever see a wide receiver or a tight end become MVP because somebody's got to get him the ball. But if we could have an MVP, at least for one game, Jordan Reed would be the MVP.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive.
He's been the young units.
The Buccaneers defense now is going to go.
I mean, he's got to have over 150 yards receiving. And a nice play there
That's a wonderful job that time
by Carter, who tips the ball away. Now 3rd and 10 for the Redskins. Minute 30 left in this game, and this is really just kind of runoff time. You know, we're really not seeing much here. A lot of garbage time. And we're gonna have to see if Cousins can get anything done here. Or maybe he might even throw another interception. And the Redskins finally get into the end zone, and they score finally. 22 points now for the offense.
I don't even think that was Reed that got it. I believe that was Niles Paul.
It was Niles Paul waltzing into the end zone, getting all excited there, but I don't know what for. His team is still down by 29.
No need to show up now.
And now 28, 51 to 23. And I mean, I don't think we'd see anything else here but the onside kick. As there you move down the field in 8 plays and 83 yards. Kirk Cousins all excited there. I don't know what he's all excited about, though. His team did not show up today. He did not show up today. And I'm sure they can't wait to get some guys back. Because it's been a rough season for injuries for this ball club. And definitely did not get any easier today against the pretty much fully healthy Bucs, with the exception of Lewis Murphy Jr.
It's been a while since we've had a drive that hasn't ended in a touchdown, Phil.
You're right, Jim. The offenses are dominating.
But pretty much what the Bucs are going to look to do here is just run out the clock. And I'm surprised they're not kneeing it, but I think it almost seems kind of asinine to have them sit here and run an actual play. But as you see there, Doug Martin with over 200 yards on the ground today. What else can you say about him? I mean, a phenomenal game by Doug Martin. Wouldn't you agree?
He leached Bobby Rainey's touchdown.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're not gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna elaborate on that one.
Yeah, they had a good week of practice, and I'll tell you what, the coaches.
But yeah, very good game by
and I really like the
you know
way
what,
the
man?
coaches have called this game.
I'm gonna get my game balls out now, man. Game ball. I'm gonna hand out 3 game balls, man. 1, I'm gonna hand out the game ball to Doug Martin. Definitely a good ball game. Yeah. 2, Tampa Bay secondary. 3 interceptions of Kirk Cousins, man. I looked for Kirk. I thought Kirk Cousins was gonna probably have a field day against this Tampa Bay secondary. They've actually, they still had their mistakes, but I'll give them a game ball. They did a good job. The only, you know what? Let's give them half of a game. Let's deflate half of that game ball because Jordan Reed.
Whoa! Is Tom Brady involved here?
We're gonna deflate a little bit of that game ball because Jordan Reed had such a strong game, MVP type game against him.
Well, and don't forget that Kirk Cousins also threw for over 300 yards, 330 yards, I believe, in this ball game. And that's going to go ahead and do it, though.
I'm going to go 4. Jordan Reed gets the ball.
He definitely had a good ball game. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this game. Look at that. 51-23. Buccaneers capture their 3rd win of the year. And Jay Gruden, where do you go here if you're Jay Gruden? What do you say in the locker room?
I go back to the drawing board if I'm Jay Gruden.
But and honestly, I think that's what they're gonna have to do because as you're seeing the highlights here, you got Bobby Rainey diving into the end zone, and then another touchdown run. He gave up 2 touchdown runs to him, and then Doug Martin.
34 second half points for Tampa Bay.
34.
34 second half points for Tampa Bay. 10 in the third, 24 in the fourth.
Wow. So you know, they just really, and you were looking to see that killer instinct from them today, and I mean I'm sure they showed it to you. 300 yards on the ground, 177 through the air, 5 takeaways.
I add one more thing. I know Kirk Cousins is third string in our LRSG and Rebuild League. This dude is the starter in real life. I'm not giving Washington a pass on the strength of them having a third string quarterback when their third string quarterback is their starter in real life. So bad ball game for Kirk Cousins.
And I was going to ask you, who are you giving your fourth game ball to? Your third game ball to? You gave one to Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed, Doug Martin. You didn't hear me say Bobby Rainey?
Oh no, I did not. I did not hear Bobby Rainey, but Bobby Rainey getting it too. I mean,
the Tampa Bay defense.
You know, and you, if you're Lovie Smith, you got to be extremely happy with this.
Secondary, yeah.
One heck of a ball game. Oh yeah, you know, and definitely a great game
Go to the box score for me, man, and go to the Tampa Bay rushing stats for me.
There we go. We got the Tampa Bay rushing stats up there.
Waiting on it to pop up on my screen, so hold on. Alright, player. 306 yards rushing. And then go to the player stats. And then the Tampa Bay rushing. 306 to 117, like, that's why they get a game ball. Almost 200 yards difference.
And then
completely outrushed this.
The complete difference right there. Doug Martin, 207 yards.
Martin puts up 207 yards rushing on the ground on 21 touches. Leeching touchdown from Bobby Rainey, who had 85 yards and 11 carries.
Whoa. You don't call it leeching if he's the number one, if he's the lead dog.
Doug Martin, no, but I'm joking around. He did lead. He didn't leech him from Bobby Rainey, but 9.9 average yards per carry.
That's how you run the football. That's how you win a football game.
And if you add that up, they averaged 17 yards rushing today between Martin and 17.6 between Martin and Rainey. So
wow. That just goes to show why this game, why the Bucs won this ball game.
Exactly.
That was the complete difference there. But I mean, you can't leave out Kirk Cousins. Had 357 yards passing, threw a couple touchdowns. He looked good starting the game, and then the interception bug hit, and I mean, you look at Kirk Cousins, started off the game real well, hitting Jordan Reed like crazy, you know. But what's that guy's name? Paul
Crowder. Oh,
no, Niles Paul leeching a touchdown from Jordan Reed.
he really leached the touchdown.
He took advantage of the fact that Jordan Reed was on the sidelines.
He really did leech a touchdown from Jordan Reed. But
that would have been the capper on his day. You know, definitely deserving of your game ball there. There's not much more you could say about how Jordan Reed played.
8 catches, 183. Reggie Wayne had 7 catches for 50 yards. So there you go. There's your perspective of Jordan Reed's ball game and why I gave this dude a game ball, even though his team lost by 28. Actually, you know what? Even though his team lost by 35, because Niles Paul's touchdown didn't happen to me. So yeah,
it was a garbage time touchdown, but
it was a junk touchdown. He leached for it.
That is going to go ahead and do it for this episode of Rebuild Season. An interesting one nonetheless. I hope you guys like what we did here with the little broadcast. But be sure to come back and catch some more Rebuild Season, right, Chris?
Raiders and
we
Jets
got your Raiders,
week, baby.
We got
come watch Cody
King
Fajardo.
Rouse's.
Let's talk about Cody. Before we go off the air, let's talk about Cody Fajardo real quick, man.
What about? Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and bring up Cody Fajardo's stats here. Let's go ahead and bring up Cody Fajardo's stats.
Cody Fajardo, 2-0 since becoming the starter of my Oakland Raiders since Derek Carr went down with a broken collarbone. Speaking of which, we lost no Sean Marino last week. Well, this week against San Diego. So we're gonna have Tywan Jones starting, as well as we signed another fellow U of I alum, Michael Short. As you see, Cody Fajardo's numbers: 922 through the year, 6 TDs and 3 picks. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, Derek Carr, 12 picks. Michael Vick, I know you're wondering why not start Vick. Mike Vick, I like Michael Vick, man, but Cody Fajardo, he fits my system. He fits the system of the West Coast offense a little bit better than Michael Vick does.
Michael Vick is just too much of a runner, not a real pocket passer.
Yeah, like I think when we signed Michael Vick, I think we signed him with nostalgia on the brain. We didn't sign him with strategy on the brain. So honestly, Michael Vick is pretty much turned into pretty much trade bait. So there you go.
But yeah, I mean, so be sure to catch some more rebuild season. We got the Raiders and the Jets next week, and then we got the Falcons and the Buccaneers coming up next week for you guys. And hopefully, you know, we're gonna try and get these teams to the playoffs. I mean, with a performance like I just had with the Buccaneers and King Rouse has been having lately with the Raiders, we could see a rematch of Super Bowl 37. And you know, I don't know. Hey, if we meet in the Super Bowl, that's what the people are gonna want to see. They're gonna want to see that Super Bowl game.
Cody Fajardo for president, man. He outdueled Peyton Manning and he outdueled Phillip Rivers. He pulled us out of the fire against Cleveland. He pulled us out of the fire against my beloved Chicago Bears. So Cody Fajardo for president. I'm not gonna say MVP because I'm a realist, but yeah.
You're a realist because it's going to Jameis Winston or Jordan Reed if he has more games like he had today.
11 interceptions. I got 11 interceptions that says no thank you to Jameis Winston.
Hasn't thrown an interception in 3 games though.
Cody Fajardo, I don't think is throwing in either of his starts. So.
But like I said, it's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of Rebuild Season. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to follow us here on Twitch at Life of Raw Sports Gaming, as well on YouTube at Life of Raw Sports Gaming Network. And then don't forget to check out our Twitter page. Keep up with everything going on here at Life of Raw Sports Gaming. You can check us out on Twitter at LRSGN. And then we got basketball starting tomorrow, so be sure to come and check that out tomorrow. And baseball is still finishing up. We finally made it to the month of August in baseball, so be sure to check out some more of those. And then
check out
we can't forget hockey.
Rebrand and rebuild. The relaunch, rebrand, and rebuild of 10616 Productions on the YouTube starting tomorrow. So yeah, check that out.
Whoa. This is not the game show. You can't plug your crap. No.
I just did. But I keep my plugs minimal here.
No. Hey man, I plug you too. I'll plug you too. But that's gonna go ahead and do it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Big Dope 7, and for King Rouse 21.
Check them out. Check out Cherry Weevil Gaming too.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Emblo 33 hadn't done much with them lately, but I don't know what else they're planning over there. But yeah, be sure to check them out on YouTube as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Big Dope 7 for King Rouse 21. You guys have a good night and you keep it real.